Well, hi, all my friends. So we are back in Zachariah, and can you imagine you get these visions of flying roll, four chariots, horses, um, and then you wonder why we don't talk about spiritual things. Why science and spirituality haven't gotten together. Hello. You know what I mean? I don't know. Any comments on that? I people do see angels. People do are visited. People have had near death experiences in the millions. Okay? And just recently, people are still having, 1 in 20 Americans has had a near death experience. 1 in 20. Okay? That's the statistic anyway. So the Lord is showing us that there's going to be something new coming. There's going to be a change, whether we like it or not, because He's not going to wait, and it's going to be soon, sooner than we think. Okay, not thousands of years from now. Hundreds, not even hundreds, less than that. So we need to get on board spiritually. We need to be thinking, okay, what does everybody really want? We all want, every person in the world wants love and friendship and a place to live and food to eat and raise their family. Everybody wants that. Nobody wants anything different than what you want. There are some evil people who are greedy, who want everything for themselves. And trust me, America is a country of hoarders. Okay, you remember the comedian, really funny guy. He died. Anyway, he talked about all this stuff that he had, and 7 words you can't say on television. Help me, guys. I can't think of his name offhand. Anyway, funny guy. Yeah, we just have to get, we just buy, consume all the time. So we need to stop this. And the reason why we have the 10 Commandments, why? Not that we can keep those commandments, because that's impossible. That's why the Lord, came down, because He was the ultimate sacrifice for us. But we still have to adhere to those rules. Why? It keeps us in line. It reminds us that we are fallible, that we are sinners, that we need to stay in step with Jesus, that if we were to walk in His way, we need to walk like Him. And if something has been bothering you, something is, and when you self-examine yourself, where your weaknesses are. And trust me, God knows everything. So you can't hide from Him. It's not like you can, go into your thoughts and nobody knows what I'm thinking. Yeah, He does. He knows everything, what you're thinking. Okay? So stop it. Okay? Change it. Even when you think negative thoughts, every time you think negatively, you connect neurons in your brain that the moment let's take road rage, for example. Oh, turkey, pulled in front of me. Right? So immediately you go into a rage and those neurons connect and you go on and on and on. But if you break that and you say, bless him, he must be in a hurry. Or, something like that, right? He didn't even know I was there. Something like that. So anything that breaks that negativity, then you connect positive thoughts. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, when we get in line with Christ, then we start thinking Christ-like and start walking in His footsteps. And we break and we become renewed in Christ because we want to follow Him. So, okay, I hope that helps you. All right, it helps me anyway. All right. Okay, so Jerusalem, chapter 8. Jerusalem restoration, they are the encouragement to the building of God's favor. So again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. By the way, I just thought of that idea. Why? Because I was reading Howard Storm's book, and that's some of the stuff that he was talking about too. Okay. Okay. So, thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, I will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem shall be called the city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord of hosts, and the holy mountain. City of truth. Cool. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men, old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for every age. And the street of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of his people in those days, should it also be marvelous in my eyes, saith the Lord of hosts? Thus say, see, even the Lord wants that, okay? Even the Lord wants us to all be happy playing in the street, old people taking care of each other, being a part of the family, not being thrown in some nursing home. Okay, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, let your hands be strong, yea, ye that hear in these days these words of my mouth of the prophets, which were in that day that the foundation of the house of the Lord of hosts was laid, and the temple might be built. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast, neither was there any peace to him that went out or came in because of the affliction, for I set all men every one against his neighbor. But I will not be unto the residue of the people as in the former days, saith the Lord of hosts. For the seed shall be prosperous, and the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her incense, and the heavens shall give their dew, and I will cause the remnant of his people to possess all these things. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah, the house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath with the Lord of hosts, and I repented not. So again, I have thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. There are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of your image evil in your heart against his neighbor. And love no false oath, for these are the things that I hate, saith the Lord. And the word, so he hates people that take a false oath. He hates sin. Okay. And so, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, the fast of the 5th, the fast of the 7th, the fast of the 10th shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, cheerful feasts. Therefore love the truth and peace. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, it shall come to pass that there shall come people and inhabitants of many cities, and in the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord and to seek the Lord of hosts. I will go also. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all the languages of the nations. 7 shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. We're one of them, our nation. still supports Israel today. Although I don't know that it's still the same. Well, the land is the same anyway. Okay, so chapter 9. God defends his church. Zion exhorts to rejoice for the coming of Christ. The burden of the word of the Lord in the land of Hadrach, Damascus, shall be the rest thereof. And when the eyes of men and all the tribes of Israel shall be toward the Lord. And Hamath also shall border thereby, Tyrus and Zidon, though it be very wise. And Tyrus did build herself a stronghold, and heaped up silver and dust and fine gold as the mire of the streets. Behold, the Lord will cast her out, and he will smite her power in the sea, and she shall be devoured with fire. Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful. Ekron and her expectation shall be ashamed, and the king shall perish from Gaza. Ashkelon shall not be inhabited, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. I will take away his blood out of his mouth, and his abominations from between his teeth, that he that remaineth, even he, shall be for our God. And he shall be as a governor in Judah, and Ekron as a Jebusite. And I will encamp about mine house because of the army, because of him that passeth by, because of him that returneth, and no oppressor shall pass through them any more. For now I have seen with mine eyes. So divine protection, okay? Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and a saving salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass. I mean, how can the Pharisees and Sadducees say that they didn't know that he was the Christ after he fulfilled everything in the Old Testament here? Riding upon an ass into Jerusalem? Hello? Okay. I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse of Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from river even into the ends of the earth. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have set forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein there is no water. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render trouble unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning, and the Lord God shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with the whirlwinds to the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with slinging stones. They shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled with bowls as the corners of the altar. And the Lord their God shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land. For how great is his goodness, and how great is his beauty. Corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids. Okay, so we're ending it here at chapter 10. And I do hope that you have a blessed day. We will continue tomorrow, God willing. And yeah, all right, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe only if you like it. Okay, thanks, bye.